Do you guys know the reason you wake up in the middle of the night? I bet you 100% she never thought before it was because she was having low blood sugar episodes in the middle of the night. I think a big lesson that's the most powerful way to actually rewire and help your adrenals heal is sleep.
Oh, the elusive sleep. And I know for some people it's like, "Oh, yes, if only I could have sleep." But that's the thing, when you start implementing some of these other factors that you're talking about, supplementation being one of them, you'd be amazed at the sleep that then you can get.
Yeah, and what happens during sleep is when you actually sleep, the ability to fall asleep and most importantly, the ability to stay asleep actually is 100% dependent on blood sugar regulation, just so you guys know.
You're not gonna hear that anywhere else.
It really is. Do you guys know the reason you wake up in the middle of the night? Michi was saying she had a fast heart rate.
Yeah.
I'll she is. She has, I bet you she has severe insomnia. And I bet you 100% she never thought before it was because she was having low blood sugar episodes in the middle of the night. So, how do you bust through that? For me, it's actually food, believe it or not. It's actually like making sure, specifically like dinner, has a very well balanced amount of fat, protein, and fiber. And maybe even a snack that's fat based at night, right? That's very high protein or fat based right before bed. And a lot of people will tell me that, oh, I can't possibly eat right before bed. Well, this is where Golden Balance really came in. There's medical food. So you could eat something that's high in fat. I did a fat bomb video where I actually shared my recipe and cooked and showed you guys how I made fat bombs. If you're interested in seeing the fat bomb video or the fat bomb recipe, put fat bomb in chat. I did a cooking live where I made it live. A lot of people I've worked with will swear to you that, fat bomb is huge, big deal. And Marcus is saying Golden Balance was a huge game changer for him, right?
Mhm.
So if you can't eat it, drink it. And so Golden Balance, just so you
Yeah.
guys know, it's been dubbed the hug in the mug by all the clients and people who've been buying it and rebuying it. Well, I'm going to tell you guys why it works. And you can do this with food. You don't have to get Golden Balance. You can do this with food. But what makes Golden Balance amazing to balance that blood sugar, to ground your blood sugars right before bed so your adrenal cortisol can go down, is that number one, okay? There are herbs in it. So it's medicinal herbs in there. So it's really highly bioavailable curcumin that is in there. What does curcumin do? Balance your blood sugar, decrease inflammation, helps you balance your hormones, including your adrenal hormones. So it's right in there, right? Number two, it's got fat. So it's got coconut solids in there. Okay. It's got protein with the coconut solids and collagen in there. So it is medical grade collagen designed to go directly into the bloodstream. So you got the protein, you got the, it's delicious and it
Mhm.
tastes good. You know, it has to taste good, Fitnet. I'm a foodie. So my thing is like if you can eat a snack that's really high in protein or fat right before bed, all the more power to you. I even did a video where I made fat bombs with it. But if you want to do it the easy way, or drink it, I would do Golden Balance. And what I would do with Golden Balance is I would like heat up some like maybe coconut cream and or coconut milk or a mixture 50-50, like heat it up in the microwave or heat it on the stove, put in the Golden Balance, froth it up. Oh my God, it's so creamy and delicious. And you don't have to do a high volume if you're worried about waking up to pee at night. You can do 4 ounces, right? So that's another way is eat the fat or protein like real a lot with dinner or ground it with a snack right before bed or drink it. Do a drink like Golden Balance right before bed. You're gonna sleep like a dream and you're gonna help your cortisol go down.
And I'm
Okay. Hi, I'm Maggie Yu, MD, and I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform and Transform Protocol. If you're interested in learning what are the root causes of all chronic disease, go ahead and click the link in the description where I have a power pack 30-minute training that goes over what are the 5 pillars of Transform. Go ahead, click the link, and I'll see you in that training.
This was groundbreaking information when you first revealed this to me about having that snack before bed, because I've had doctors tell me, do not eat before bed, whether you have reflux or whatever
Yeah.
problems. They said, whatever you do, don't eat before bed. When in actuality, you need a smart snack, something in you before bed to help you accomplish all of these things you were just addressing.
Here's the issue is that for people with adrenal fatigue, you really need to ground your blood sugar throughout the night. And the problem with the generalized advice that you shouldn't eat before bed is that it is setting you up to have a low blood sugar plummet in the middle of the night, guaranteeing that you're going to wake up, right? So I'm hoping this makes scientific sense. And don't just take my word for it. Anybody who's learned this from me in any of our programs, I mean, tell me what your experience with that fact is. When you ground right before bed with fat and protein, what happens with your sleep? Okay.
Mhm. And then when you combine it with PRO-CORTIX or something like that, does it just multiply the effect?
Exactly. So let's talk about like how do we get the results faster, right?
Mhm.
Can you take the ProCortex before bed? Can you do golden balance before bed? Can you do ProCortex with a fat bomb right before bed? There's many ways with which you can do this. You don't want the fat bomb, you don't want to make extra effort. Okay, how about saving an extra drumstick from dinner and eating it right before bed? You know, like there's so many ways with which you can do that. Marcus says golden balance did for more for me in the first few weeks than my prescription sleeping pills did in 3 years. Thank you, Marcus.
Powerful,
Yeah.
powerful comments. Yeah, everybody's sleeping through the night feeling refreshed.
Right. So there we go. So you got to sleep. You got to ground right before bed with fat and protein. That is sleep grounding right there. Boom.
Okay. What about, are there other factors that play into this?
Here's a out of the box conversation. Okay.
Mhm.
And it goes back to fight or flight. It goes back to stress or trauma, which is that did you know just 20 minutes of feeling stress or being in fight or flight will change the amount of good and bad bacteria in your gut? The ratio completely change starts to shift and change.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
It makes you really want to rethink how you respond, if at all possible, to stressful situations when you know that that much change can happen
It
within.
is changing, literally changing your gut bacteria. And here's the other thing, your gut bacteria is making hormones and processing hormones.
Mhm.
So it's sending all these things, all these cytokinins out. It's sending signals that affect, for example, how much serotonin your gut is making. And that goes in your bloodstream, how much serotonin, which is a calming brain hormone, is making in your brain. There's a huge role of gut bacteria in hormonal health, in how much hormones you make. And hormonal health don't just impact, sex hormones and your adrenals. These are brain hormones that it impacts. When I talked about the adrenal medulla, it makes norepinephrine and epinephrine. Well, those are also what we call brain neurotransmitters, brain hormones. So there's a huge impact between the gut bacteria and the level of hormones that are in your brain.
I mean, it really is fascinating to think about this, and like, I know you're blowing some people's mind. Wow, the comments are saying,
Well, then what are you supposed to do about it? What are you
right?
going to do about it? Well, I'm going to give you one lifestyle way to deal with it and one biohack way to deal with it. So,
Love it.
one lifestyle thing that you can do is increase the amount of fiber that you eat because the good bacteria in your gut loves fiber.
Mm.
Loves fiber. Fiber is what we call prebiotic. Prebiotic feeds your probiotics to help them grow and multiply. So, if you eat more fiber, okay, and that's I prefer fiber in terms of leafy greens. So your cruciferous vegetables, you can never have enough. Eating a ton of cruciferous vegetables like kale, like broccoli, like Brussels sprouts, can really up level the amount of prebiotic fiber that's going to feed the good bacteria in your gut. So that's number one tip is 6 cups of fruit and vegetables fiber, high fiber diet would be really helpful for the gut bacteria for adrenal and brain health. Number two, this is the fast track way of doing it. Feed your gut good bacteria all the time, right? Which is take an awesome probiotic. In fact, take two. Okay. Rotate two
Yeah.
probiotics. Rotation is the spice of make it zesty for your probiotics in your gut. Don't just do the same thing over and over. No vanilla probiotics.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this theme is continuing. Now we're keeping it spicy in the gut.
Let me tell you something. So, variety is really important in the probiotics. I like to target specific strains that increase what we call keystone species in your gut, the utility workers in your gut. But I also like to also rotate it with probiotic strains that are really anti-infection against the bad bacteria in your gut. So you like to mix it up. So the best way to do this, Proflora AI is the base. Okay, that's the general Monday through Friday one. And then Saturday and Sunday is Proflora GI. And that's going to be your Saturday, Sunday one. That's a really good rotation. That's, I swear, is because you know what it is that the Proflora AI has strains in there that are really amazing for blood sugar and hormone balance. And the Proflora GI has a specific, well studied strain in there that's really great against the bad bacteria that are more infectious that is working against the keystone species. And so I love being able to rotate these because if you give them the same thing all the time, they get bored. They really do. So don't think there's one super probiotic and that's all you're going to take for the rest of your life. Find 2 to 3 and start to rotate them on a regular basis. But you want to find ones that have specific strains that does the things that you need it to do, because we are in the realm with probiotic scientific studies that we're really getting into specific strains for specific purposes. So don't be fooled by the Amazon 6 billion, 8 billion, 9 billion brand that has 9
Yeah,
billion strains of shit that does nothing.
they're not doing anything. And are they really actually even live by the time they get to you? I always wonder.
Blah blah blah, like, right? And even if they're live, if they're the super cheap strains that does nothing, but they're claiming there's millions or billions of it,
What good is
what good is do? Do you really want 1 billion pounds of trash in you, right?
that?
But
Well,
it's 1 billion.
that's still trash.
Billion zillion pounds of trash.
Uh, we'll pass.
Hi, and thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in actively looking for a solution to your problem and you'd like to work with us, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click the link in the description to book a chat with our team. What that's going to do is it's going to bring you to a calendar, pick a time that's going to suit your needs best. It's going to be about a 15-minute phone call. After you book that call, there's going to be a link to a short questionnaire, and that's really important for you to fill out because it's for us to get to know you better and helps us to better prepare to make the most of our time together. After you fill out the short application, it's going to take you to a page where there's a couple resources. What I want you to do is go ahead and click 2 of those and watch those 2 trainings. They're going to really best prepare you for your phone call with us to make the best use of our time together. I and my team look forward to talking to you to learn more about you, to see if we are indeed a good fit to work together. Thank you.